Welcome to this short presentation on upgrading from Storage Manager for Active Directory to File Dynamics Essentials. This presentation is applicable to Storage Manager for Active Directory customers who are upgrading to File Dynamics Essentials and not to the full File Dynamics product. It's appropriate to have a bit of product development perspective here as far as Storage Manager and File Dynamics. Novell first released File System Factory in 2003. The product was especially popular with customers that had Novell Identity Manager because when it was added to Identity Manager or any other account provisioning system, it could simultaneously provision network storage and grant access to storage areas in the NetWare and later OES network file system. The product was eventually moved into the same business unit as Identity Manager and renamed Storage Manager. 3 years later, Novell introduced a version of Storage Manager that worked in Microsoft networks and its directory service, Active Directory. During the next 12 years, Microsoft made notable enhancements to its network operating system and Active Directory, while Novell, later Attachmate, and finally Micro Focus made infrequent and minimal updates to OES and eDirectory. Consequently, the most significant feature updates to Storage Manager tended to be for the Active Directory version of the product. In 2018, the differences for the two platforms were going to be so dramatic that it was decided to move the Storage Manager for Active Directory technology to a new product that was called File Dynamics. This new product had all of the identity-driven policies of Storage Manager for Active Directory, but offered new target-driven policies that introduced an extensive set of data management, protection, and security capabilities that had never been available before. The hope was that Storage Manager for Active Directory customers would take advantage of these new capabilities by upgrading directly to File Dynamics, but not all customers did so. Which leads us to 2019 and the introduction of File Dynamics Essentials. File Dynamics Essentials is effectively the latest version of Storage Manager for Active Directory. Like most product upgrades, it requires some updates to components, but it is the version that Micro Focus support wants you to get upgraded to as soon as possible. File Dynamics Essentials is the software version that replaces Storage Manager for Active Directory. It is the same product with enhancements and a new name. It utilizes the File Dynamics codebase. It supports all of the features of Storage Manager for Active Directory, plus some new features offered in File Dynamics. It's available to all Storage Manager for Active Directory customers that are up to date on their maintenance agreement, and it's downloadable through the Micro Focus Customer Care portal. So let's talk about the top reasons you'll want to upgrade right away. The first is product support. This is the latest version and the one that Micro Focus support will encourage you to upgrade to. It supports the version of Windows Server that Microsoft currently supports, and it supports all of the features of Storage Manager for Active Directory. That means that all of your existing policies and settings will be supported as they are currently established. Another reason to upgrade is because File Dynamics Essentials supports Windows Server 2019, which Storage Manager for Active Directory does not. So Windows Server 2019 can host the engine, Event Monitor, and what are today known as file system agents. And of course, it can manage user and collaborative storage residing on Windows Server 2019 servers. Scoping lets you specify the scope within Active Directory and the network file system of the containers and servers to include and exclude for display and rebuilding in the storage resource list of the management interface. This can make performing management tasks much easier and much faster. Upgrading to File Dynamics Essentials is fairly straightforward. Through the configuration utility, you update the license, you configure the database, you configure the engine. Then on each host, you install and configure the new Event Monitor, and you install and configure the file system agents. Now, all of these steps are documented in more detail in the Micro Focus File Dynamics Installation Guide, which is available online at this location. So I hope this presentation has given you more confidence in implementing your plans to upgrade to File Dynamics Essentials. Thank you.